It's Mama Neptune back with another reading. We're on reading number 4. I know I missed a couple of days, but I will make up to it. Some days I will be posting a couple of videos a day. So we're right back into the scheduled programming. Okay. Collective. I'm trusting that the universe, the algorithm, and the souls of those who I am divinely having this confirmation and connection with, to find me as the sun is rising to the east, where I sit, and as the birds chirp and my cat is doing things to his kennel that I guess he's trying to destroy it. I don't know. But yes, and my son is sleeping. And I've been up for the last couple of hours with just this real heavy feeling on my chest. And, you know, it made me feel ready to connect with the collective right now. So if this reading does come across to you, perhaps there is a message in here for you. So let me tell you something. The vibes that I'm picking up on right now is that you guys have experienced a loss. And this could also just be that there is something that's impending for you to lose, right? There's something in the cut that you're going to lose, something that you pretty much held on to. I think it may have even been the anchoring thing that held you and kept you in a place that may have even threatened your growth or stunted your growth or not really been the right thing for you in some sort of way, right? And this is bittersweet energy here because it's, on one hand, I could see that there's a lot of healing. There's a lot of releasing that happens here. There is a lot of facing the inevitable. There's a lot of truth being revealed and motivation to kind of move on and move past this and move upward and beyond. There is a huge thing here of the loss being the best thing you could ever have, okay? And the energy of the best thing I never had by Beyonce came up, right? Lyrically, there was a time I thought that you did everything right. No lies, no wrong. Boy, I must have been out of my mind. So when I think of the time that I almost loved you, you showed your ass, and I saw the real you. Thank God you blew it. Thank God I dodged a bullet. I'm so over you. Good looking out. And, I know you want me back. It's time to face the facts that I'm the one that got away. Lord knows that it'll take another place, another time, another world, another life. Thank God I found the good in goodbye. I used to want you so bad, and you turned out to be the best thing I never had. I bet it sucks to be you right now, right? Very beautiful song, and I'm definitely going to listen to it after I'm done with this message. But a lot of y'all are in this space, or you will be in this space. There's a lot of people's energies that I'm tapping into, and there's a lot of different reasons as to why you may feel like this could have been the best thing you've never had. Or even if you had it and you chose to give it up or chose to walk away, it's the best thing you let go of. It's the best thing that could have happened to you. This may feel like a tower moment, but it's actually the best case scenario. This is actually the thing you need to go through. This is the thing you need to let go of. This is the anchor that was drowning you so you can go back up to the surface. This was the final crack, of this horrible foundation before it came tumbling down. And you feel a lot of energy. I feel like for some of y'all may have even been a little restless, having bursts of energy, like you ready to go, you amped up. Maybe you're trying to prove something to yourself or to the people, you know what I mean? Trying to show something. And maybe you're trying to keep yourself busy. Maybe you just feel a lot of fight or flight, or adrenaline going, because this could have even been very confrontational. This could have been a very, almost explosive energy where you could have just felt like, dang, I feel like everybody's coming at me or everything is coming at me all at once. And it's like you felt like you had to kind of fight for your life in a way. And it does feel like there was a time where this was almost avoidant. There was a time when the peace was trying to be kept. For some of you guys, there's even a vibe of y'all falling out with somebody over money, or falling out with people over money, falling out with people over, things where you've, or even not even just money, maybe value, maybe you've given to people things that money can't buy, right? Maybe it was love, maybe it was affection, maybe it was support, maybe it was you just showing up for people in the ways in which you could, and maybe they just are were showing you that wasn't something that they really valued. If you were to put a price on that, it would be completely devalued type vibes. Wow. I'm sorry that happened, actually, because it's for both of you guys, you know what I mean? Because you do have to pick yourself back up, and you do have to pour into yourself and your self-worth and your self-esteem. Because, when you pour into someone and you give to someone, and especially if it's something that money can't buy, if it's just your love, if it's just your support, it's the fact that you showed up for them, you were there for them, and you did that, maybe even in lieu of offering support financially. Maybe you couldn't do that. It's almost this feeling could be very insulting, where a person just does not value what you've given them. And for others, this could be just a simple money thing, right? This could be, a matter of, hey, when I have it, or when I had it, I gave, I was freely, sharing, or I don't know. Or, this could also be the opposite, where a person is throwing things in your face, about what they've done for you. So this is a lot of different vibes, take whatever resonates, let yourself fit the scenario, of the collective into your life as it is applicable. But you're about to move on. You're about to come up. You're going to come up pretty fast, and you're going to come up pretty, you're going to rise. You will be the phoenix that rises from the ashes. You will. This is a necessary step. Although it may hurt, this may not feel good. I cannot stress enough how painful this could feel for some of you guys, because, there's a lot of wands here. There's a lot of swords here. It's a lot of energy in your mind, a lot of energy in your body. This is the vibe of a person that could be hyped up. This could have gotten you hyped. This could have had you wired. This could have had you awake at night, ruminating, feeling these things, replaying this in your mind, you know what I mean? Feeling all the surge of emotion and energy, electrifying your body in a way. And so, it's a lot. And interestingly enough, I don't know how deeply connected you are to your actual emotions, like your feelings. Some of you guys, because there's not that many cups I see. So some of you guys are not even really able to like process how you feel about everything, like emotionally. You may be able to pick up certain cues in your body. You may be able to pick up certain cues the way like your mind is working and your nervous system, but like emotionally, like your heart, it may not really be there yet for you to feel, or you may be working through those feelings, or, you just may feel far removed from those, emotional spaces that you're in. But babe, you're coming up. You're going to come up. You will be better. Things will get better. I love talking about Cleo Soul. I love talking about that song, Things Will Get Better. I love it. I love it so much. Collective. What is the advice for the collective? What do they do now? Baby, just focus on you. Focus on yourself. Master that craft. Yeah. Build up your shit. Stack your chips, babe. Because like I said, you're going to be on an upward trajectory. It feels like rock bottom right now because it's like the thing, right? It was the thing that was lying beneath the surface. It was a deeply rooted issue that you had to pull that issue from the root, because that issue was sucking up all your nutrients. It was killing you from the inside, and you had to remove that. And now you have nothing really obstructing you from your growth, from your fullest potential. And the same shit, the things that they didn't value your time. They didn't value what you gave them, the money, the love, the support, whatever you was able to pour into them, right? They'll never be able to afford you now. They'll never be able to get you back at that same, early buy-in option, right? They're never going to be able to do that again. They're never going to be able to afford you again. They're never going to be able to have you again. Not in that way. And additionally, for those of you who feel like it's the opposite, where that person, is throwing things in your face, baby, you are going to be in such a victorious space where you're going to have much more. You're actually going to be working towards building yourself in a beautiful way. And because you don't have anything tying you down, holding you down, nothing that's preventing you from really like being your best, your fullest, like the amount of love and support that you can pour into yourself is going to show itself in all the different ways in which you currently may feel like you're lacking. This is actually kind of funny. I just learned about this a few hours ago. But, for one, I'm moving to Alaska soon, very soon. So I am a part of that collective that's moving, if you've been watching my other videos. But there is something that happens during the summer times in Alaska where the sun just does not go down. And for 77 days straight, they have what is called the midnight sun. Okay? And this is the part that I've just been learning recently is, well, for one, I've been interested in, gardening and wanting to grow my own fruits and vegetables in Alaska, especially with how sparse groceries are and how much it's going to cost. And I've just been looking at other ways to live sustainably and, feed myself and my family. So I was thinking I'm going to definitely need to grow some of the vegetables and fruits that I eat often. And for a lot of Alaskan people, especially certain parts of Alaska, you're in a zone 1 area for agriculture, which is like where some of the coldest, weather, and a lot of, vegetables and fruits and stuff are not encouraged to grow there. But I've been seeing people who have found ways to grow fruits and vegetables despite ice being out, and snow and really cold conditions. And it's inspired me. I've learned alternative ways, about gardening, using like hydroponics. I've learned about, like what can I do to make it warmer for my plants. And it's just been very beautiful to see all of this stuff happen. But also, I learned that for a lot of people, they start planting their seeds in like May, maybe early June. And with that 24/7 sun, that midnight sun for those 77 days, the rate at which those vegetables and fruits and just plants wind up growing is exponential. And they're able to essentially have their harvest despite having a shortened season, despite being in a place where the climate does not necessarily foster year-round growth of these fruits and vegetables. And it just made me think about you with this life that you're going through, this change that you're going through, when you don't have anything obstructing you, when you don't have anything holding you back, when you don't have anything sucking up your nutrients, sucking up your resources, sucking up your time, your energy, your love, your support, all the ashe that you have, all the blessings you give people, all the beautiful energy that you have that you can provide for others, that you're now being able to redisperse all that back into you, loving you, protecting you. And that, coupled with the fact that you're going to go through your own midnight sun for these 77 days, right? You're going to go through that yourself with this change, through the discarding of the fucking maggots that are trying to leech off of you, and eat away at you, and the parasites and the people who don't fuck with you, don't love you, the jobs that's not paying you your worth despite you going above and beyond, the people who overlook you for anything that you have more than qualified, to do. It's going to be a time for all of us who have been in this really cold, frigid, Arctic climate of our own, in our own world, in our own lives, where we're surrounded by just constant losses, constant energy being drained from us, constant just fucked up shit going on, to a degree where it's like, damn, like, I don't know what to do next. Like, I don't know, like, what can I do? And it's the best thing that could have happened for you is for you to have fallen away from those who do not really fuck with you like that, who don't really love you like that, who secretly hate you, who secretly don't give a shit about you, who secretly are not your people, for real. They may pose like that because they're benefiting from whatever it is that you're giving to them. But as soon as you're no longer able to give that to them, as soon as you are really just trying to do for yourself, or even trying to do for yourself and them equally, it's a fucking problem because they're used to your selflessness. I don't feel bad for them type of people at all. I don't give a shit about them people. Those are the choices that they made, and that's not nobody's problem but their own. But I just think to myself, damn, y'all, these people in this collective have been through a lot. And y'all deserve that 24/7 sunlight. Y'all deserve that fucking midnight sun. Y'all deserve to have your growth explode and be exponential. Y'all deserve to have your entire harvest and your growth in a matter of weeks, in a matter of months, as opposed to all of the years and decades that it may have taken others to get to that point. You deserve to have acceleration. You deserve to have just all of the resources, all of the perfect conditions for you to grow and sprout and be as much as you can be. You deserve that. And yeah, baby, like I can't deny that this is one of the best things, like I said, to have happened to you, because you will be in one of the best places you've ever been, and you will attract the right kind of partnerships. But you're going to pour into you first. You're going to build yourself first. So this is all you doing you first, but you will have people who are there who are trying to give reciprocation to you. You know, truth will be found. I think that that's important. I think that you are going to also like feel a lot better and trusting in yourself a lot more, because you're not having the same kind of energies that you had, you know, holding you back before. Yeah, new friends, new connections, new lovers, new partnerships, new business investors, new world, new life. And there's a lot more cups in this reading, so it's more balanced. I feel like you're going to have a lot more emotional balance. You are going to have a lot of people who are going to hate on you, but you know what? That's okay. They will hate on you from afar. They will hate on you from a distance because they no longer have access to you. They've gone. You wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym, right? They wasn't with you when you were shooting in the gym. They made fun of you, actually, because they thought you sucked. They thought you was never gonna make it. They saw you hitting a lot of like air balls and bricks and shit, and so they were like, nah, this motherfucker they ain't never gonna be nothing like me. They ain't never gonna catch up. Whatever. What the fuck they even doing on the court for? Right? So they didn't notice that you was getting better. They didn't notice that when you wasn't on the court, you was studying, you was looking. They didn't realize that you was, you know, conditioning your body, conditioning your mind. They didn't realize that you was getting better and you were growing 1% each day. And sometimes that 1%, it wasn't as visible to others. Sometimes that 1%, it wasn't as loud as others. For some people, your 1% change and your 1% growth look like you just taking some time to fucking sit and rest. Because again, if you're uprooting some shit that came from the deepest depths of your core, from the rooter to the tutor, it takes a lot of energy. So for you to have gotten to this place where you can eradicate something and cleanse out and purge some fuck shit that's happening to you, sometimes that's going to drain you, okay? And some of y'all may have felt very fucking drained. Like, damn, I don't understand what's going on. And a lot of that drained feeling that you had came from the fact that there was that leech was just taking every fucking thing from you. Everything. It's like, damn, like you had nothing left to give at that point. And for some of you guys, if you're on the other side of this, if you're letting this go, or when you do let this go, if you're not there yet, baby, you're going to have almost an immediate return on your investment when it comes to your energy, baby. It's gonna feel like, damn, And you're gonna feel like, damn, like, have I been missing out on these big ass like signs from the universe? Like, what the fuck? It's gonna feel. Oh God, my son keeps moving my stuff. He keeps rolling it over, hitting my stuff. But for some of you, it's gonna feel like, how come I couldn't see this before? And a lot of y'all were just blinded. You know, you're blinded because, you know, maybe you wanted to be, you know. Maybe you thought that this was a person that really was having your back. Maybe they made it seem like they weren't, you know, your enemy. And maybe by the time y'all got to be cool, y'all wasn't enemies no more. But I think you're retroactively finding out about a lot of shit. I think you guys are finding out a lot of shit from the past. And it's just reaffirming everything that you already felt. It's like you guys are really, like, it's like after the pain, you know, after the rain, after the drought, after everything, you know. It's like this season that you're in, this painful season that you're in, this traumatic season that you're in, everything that you're going through is going to be better. It will get better. It will get better. It will get better. It will get so much better. It'll get so much better. That anger that you feel, that frustration, that betrayal, even if some of y'all may have some hatred on your heart. I'm not telling you to not feel those ways, because those are signs that they're signs that you are acknowledging a boundary being violated or being hurt or wrong, you know. And this is not to say that you had nothing, no responsibility, or you haven't, you know, contributed to the fallout. It's fine. I think that y'all both played the roles you were supposed to play, because ultimately, perhaps what's good for the goose is also good for the gander, right? Like, you needed to be released from this, but maybe they needed to too, right? Because especially if I'm talking about leeches, maggots, you know, like weeds in your garden, you know, or things that are affecting your roots, root rot. Like, a lot of these things are codependent in nature, right? Like, it's codependent in nature. So some of you guys are leaving codependency behind, and some of the most codependent relationships you have had to come up on that chopping block. And you have to regenerate as yourself and not as another person. You have to learn your own self and your own identity and your own boundaries and your own desires and live for you. That is something that maybe you're learning how to do. Again, the Bible, cups and bottles. Yeah, y'all had a hard fucking couple of months, babe. Not just a hard couple of months, but just maybe a hard year. Hard couple of years, you know, hard couple of weeks for some of you, even hard couple of days, hard couple of hours at the time of watching this, you know what I mean? But you're gonna be having the material gains that you lack. You may feel like you ain't got it, or you barely got it, or you just getting by. It's going to change. It's going to change drastically. No more, you know. This reminds me of the Revelations book in the Bible, chapter 21, you know, verse 3, 4, you know, and it's like, one of the quotes I can say directly from that, and this used to be my favorite scripture in the Bible. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Neither no mourning, no outcry, nor pain be any more. The former things have passed away. And that's like after Armageddon. You know what I mean? After the world fucking comes to a complete end. All of that fuck shit, all of that horrible shit, all of the things that they say, are part of the world, famine and war and crime and like just destruction and like all the fucked up things that this world can offer you, because we're humans, we're everything, we're all good and bad, right? It's like that shit is wiped clean. It is actually wiped clean. Just like all of this destruction in the Bible comes from God in some way, looking to restore and renew. It has to come to a complete end and starting fresh from nothing. Okay? And I say this because it's like and I'm getting emotional just thinking about this. A lot of you guys have had such intense turmoil, and a lot of this has to do with finances, wealth. This could also have to do with like your self-worth, the value that you have for yourself. This could be value that you put on the work that you do, the things you do, the things you give to people. Sometimes, you just give, and you never get nothing back. Maybe you've been in unequally yoked relationships, in romantic connections, friendships, relationships, work, partnerships, anything, you know what I mean? This could have even just been the fact that you felt like, hey, your only value was when you had money, right? Or when you had some sort of currency, whether that's, like beauty, which is a form of currency on capital, social capital, like the kind of people that you're around, the way people think about you, feel about you, the reputation that you had. There's so many different things that you could have hinged on and leaned onto that was really just like completely detrimental to you and your health, your self-worth, and also finances. A lot of y'all, this is finances, and some of y'all, your finances and your self-worth go hand in hand, which is not very good, okay? But I think that for some of you guys, you're going to learn how to really value yourself, love yourself, pick yourself up, make healthy choices, the right choices, better choices that are actually more conducive for your environment, conducive for the lifestyle that you want to live. For some of you guys, it will get better. It will get a lot better. You will have so much more. Some of you guys also will find a partner, like a true, real deal partner, like a real connection if you're single, you know what I mean? Somebody who actually fucks with you in the long way, and who's not playing those fucking games with you, who's not here to try to like take from you but encourage you. I think that not only that, but you also will have options. I think you yourself are in a position where you will be a choosy lover. Like you could choose who you want, but you do have some people that are actually genuinely real about you, and especially if they're a fire sign. Some of y'all actually are kind of bent up, out of shape because of, a fire sign, especially in your family, and a water sign. Okay. It does feel like, there's a lot of, wow, okay. It does feel like things have fallen apart in your family. So some of y'all are going through it, or your family has been going through it. And it's like y'all just it's like, yeah, it's like y'all can't get it together and y'all can't figure it out. And, you know, this connection has been disconnected or will be disconnected, you know. And that may be very niche and very specific to a couple of people, but what other messages do we have? Any final messages? Any final messages that we have? Final. I think it's going to be okay to put your guard down, and it's going to be okay for you to, you know, come out of hermit mode. I think, you know, I think some of y'all hide behind that. I think some of y'all actually have this hermiting and like real intense suspicion and guard up around everybody, and that can be a vice. That can be a thing that y'all use as a means to avoid. I'm hearing accountability. Some of y'all need to take accountability. And some of y'all are also using it as a means to like just withhold yourself from community or from people. And granted, with everything that you've experienced or you've been like, you know, all the things you've experienced in your life, it makes sense. But I think it does make it harder for you to have real world experience, I'm hearing, and to really like get yourself out there to know what is and isn't for you, who is and who isn't for you, because like you're sheltering yourself so much. And a lot of it is just because, yeah, like if you can't trust your family, you can't trust the people you trusted the most and who you're supposed to. It's like, how can you trust anybody? And for a lot of y'all, that's an avoidant attachment style, you know, or disorganized attachment. And maybe you have a codependent relationship as the avoidant person, or the disorganized person.
Mom, with some... you're funny.
Okay. Maybe you have some... My son just woke up to say it. Maybe you're maybe you have an avoidant attachment and you were attached to someone more anxious and you just had such a deep tie to this person. Or how... I don't know, but y'all have some sort of avoidant tendencies. I see it. And when you're avoidant and you are kind of like, I feel then obligated to be there for a person who may be anxious or who may be also disorganized or whatever, like it can feel so stressful and triggering and draining. And I feel like a lot of y'all may have been emotionally drained by some of these connections. You know, I'm just getting the vibe that y'all have a lot of work to do creatively. You need to like get out there. Oh my God. That scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. Oh my God. One of my son's toys just made a random noise for no reason. But clearly you have some fucking work to do. Clearly you got to get up off your ass. Like, especially if you're tired of being broke, you need to go do something about it. You need to do something. And you also got a lot of you got a lot of creative work to put forth, a lot of energy. You also got a lot of things to speak about, write about, you know, jot down, get that throat chakra open. So you got a lot of throat chakra and sacral chakra energy that I need you to start working through. Do the hip opening exercises, you know, pour into yourself, pamper yourself, you know, do what you gotta do. Maybe you need to be a little bit more sexually open and free and liberal and having, you know, good times down there for yourself and with yourself. And maybe also you need to start either journaling, writing, documenting down your feelings, your emotions. Like, get it out there somewhere. Get it out. Let it all out. Let it out. Let it all hang out. Okay? And while you're doing that, let things work themselves out. You know? You've been bottling up your emotions. You've been holding yourself back. A lot of your stagnation, although there is some things that I can say has come from others taken from you. I think also the thing that you're doing, again, and that boils down to your ability to be accountable as well, is that you've kind of like leaned into it. You've kind of let it happen. You were letting it happen. And a lot of that is just because you were refusing to open up to others. You were refusing to showcase yourself. You were refusing to just be real also. Yeah. So we done with that, y'all. We done with that. It's gonna be okay. I trust that this is gonna be okay. Final couple of cards just to know what I'm gonna leave you guys with before I close out the reading. Am I gonna close out the reading with what couple of cards am I gonna close the reading out with? 3 cards to close the reading. Don't start that. I'm doing a reading. Turn it on. The final cards to close out the reading. Khalil, you need to stop. Wait till I'm done. Final 3 cards to close out the reading. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got 4. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm gonna say stop being your own worst enemy. You get out of your head. You know, I think some of the things that I've seen you do is like maybe even just like martyring yourself or sacrificing yourself or giving so much of yourself that you can't have enough for yourself, and then you're resenting the fact that you've given so much to people, right? You're resenting the fact that they took so much from you at that as well, and resenting the fact that you are not being or have not been completely honest with yourself about the things you desire in life and the things you want in life, and knowing that this isn't serving you. And at the same time, it's almost like, well, I don't feel like I can't connect with other people. Like, I don't know, these are the people who I'm already in. Like, I'm not ready to open up to others. I can't even trust others. Or I can't even trust these people. It's like the devil you know is safer than the devil you don't know. And so some of y'all have held on to people, because it was the safe choice. You knew what to expect. You knew that you were going to feel drained. You knew it was going to be predictable. You knew whatever. You know what I mean? And maybe you held on to that. And that's why I saw that maybe this is something that you hold on to lack of, to hold, not face accountability. Some of y'all are choosing not to be accountable. Some of y'all are choosing to just, have chosen to kind of keep yourself reclusive, or hiding, not showing your full self, not really putting yourself out there, kind of letting yourself be broke, letting yourself be stressed out, letting yourself have all these ideas and not really acting on them, letting yourself hold all these emotions within. So some of you guys could have a Mars retrograde. Some of you may be going through having a Saturn return, especially if Saturn's in a 1st or 2nd house, or the 7th house even, you know what I mean, or 11th house. Some of y'all, some of y'all may have Chiron in the 1st house, the 7th house, the 8th house. Yeah, there's a vibe that you guys are going to move forward, and it's going to be you moving forward alone, and it's going to be the best thing for you. It is new opportunities. It is the closing of a cycle and an opening of a new one. There's going to be such growth and dynamic change in your life, and it's going to be for the better. And you will have victory. It is going to be beyond your wildest dreams. It may even overwhelm you with all the opportunities, and no, you're not going to be able to take everybody with you. No, you ain't going to be able to rescue everybody. This is going to be something that's for you, okay? But you kind of had to, in a way, kind of like burn certain bridges so that way you don't go back, and so that way no one follows you either. You know? And it's going to be okay. It feels sucky right now because it is. This is destruction. This is loss. This is grief. This is a human thing. It is human to grieve your life. It's human to be sad and to mourn losses. It is human to stay in some ways in the comfort zone, right? Because that's what our brains are kind of like wired to do. And this is you overriding that and doing things despite the fact that it's not necessarily the safest, quote unquote, choice. I believe in you. I believe in you so much. I think that you are a superstar. I think you are an amazing person. I think that you have such high potential. I think that you deserve to feel so good in your own skin and in your body, and to trust yourself and to trust your body, and to feel safe enough in your body to feel your emotions. I want you to be who you were born to be your fullest, most authentic, brightest, fullest version of yourself, and it will happen. It will happen for you. And this pain that you're feeling and the loss that you're overcoming, it is necessary. It is necessary. But guess what? When you're done with this, there's so much in store for you that you will not even be able to comprehend it. You're about to go through your midnight sun. You're about to go through rapid growth. You're about to go through major changes. You're about to evolve to your next form. I need you to stop that, Khalil. Pause that until I'm done. And I appreciate you genuinely for stopping by this channel, watching, liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment letting me know how it resonates. And we will connect again. Ashe.